Cute, Ted. I hate to give him up.
We can't keep them all. If we did, we'd have hamsters running out the bedrooms.
I guess so. You know, with this one right here, some scientists might discover a new cure for something. You might be historic someday.
Can't ever tell.
Do you think they mind? The hamsters, I mean. They are sort of like us. I mean being twins. Except they're quintuplets. I'd feel awful if I had to go away somewhere, all by myself. Do you think they mind?
No. Hamsters are just hamsters. Aren't you?
Hello, Mr. Brown. How would you like to come out for a little bit of fresh air? Oh, Mr. Brown here must be a great-great-granddaddy. He's had dozens and dozens of children. Do you suppose he ever wonders how his family's getting along in the world?
Of course not.
But how do you know that animals don't feel things like we do?
They're not as smart, for one thing. Besides, don't you know your biology? Humans are the highest form of life.
You mean some humans are?
Well, naturally, I don't include people like Henry Robinson. Goof is in a class by himself.
Sometimes I wish Goof were in a world by himself.
He practically is. Nobody wants to be around him.
I've noticed them hanging around Mr. Clayborn lately. I saw them in the soda shop yesterday.
Poor Mr. Clayborn. Why doesn't he just up and tell Goof to get lost?
Because he's nice to everybody. In fact, he's the nicest man I know, except the daddy.
Yeah, our ball team sure has been different since he started to coach us. Wait, we're going to win that championship this afternoon.
Hi, kids.
Hello, Mr. Clayborn.
How are my twin zookeepers today?
Oh, and how are you, Mr. Brown? Any new additions today?
No, but Mrs. McGillicuddy's going to have some little ones in a couple of weeks.
Oh, how many do you and Ted have now?
13, counting the baby.
We're taking 5 to the lab next Saturday.
You get pretty attached to them, I imagine, right?
Pam sometimes acts like we were giving away a member of the family.
Mr. Brown is a member of the family. He was the first one we ever owned.
Well, you have a very handsome family. What I came by for is to tell you that Tony Mitchell can't play today. He's in bed with the flu.
Tony's sick? For the playoffs?
But he's the best batter we have.
The Tigers won't stand a chance with him out.
Oh, sure they will, Pam. We've still got 8 good men on the team, right, Ted? And this will give Henry a little experience.
Henry? You mean Goof?
You aren't going to let him play, are you?
Well, Henry will have him improve without practice.
But Mr. Clayborn, you know how he fouls everything up? Besides, this isn't practice.
Well, Sonny's got a bad knee. Ed is at camp. Jim's working. That's all the subs we have. Oh, Henry can't do much harm in right field.
You don't know Goof. He can cause trouble by just breathing.
The other fellas won't like it.
Well, you're the captain, Ted.
I know, but
He can make us lose the championship.
it's bad enough having him live next door to us. He's always in our hair as it is, but to have him on the team?
My kids, I know how much you want to win, but now don't be defeated before the game even starts.
Oh, Goof couldn't catch a blind caterpillar. And he's such a pest.
Wouldn't we be better off playing with one short?
Well, this will be the greatest thing that ever happened to Henry. Oh, anyway, you know the rules. If we don't have a full team, we have to forfeit. And, Ted, Henry might just surprise you if you'll give him a chance.
Can't you just see how Goof will act?
He must have been out of town when the brains were handed out.
I wish he were out of town right now.
I got it. Hi, Twin Uglies. Hey, Ted, you guys got a real break today. Mr. Clayborn said I'm gonna play.
Yeah, Goof. A real break for the other team.
Are you with me? Is everybody with me? Go team, rah, rah, rah! Why don't you let me pitch, huh? Come on, I can pitch better than Alan.
Oh, yeah, sure you can.
Or shortstop. Come on, let me play shortstop. Something tough. You need a good player.
Look, Goof, you're going to be in right field, and all we want you to do is stand there real quiet. You get it?
Right field. Nobody ever hits a ball out there.
That's the general idea.
You're such a hot-shot ball player. Why don't you have a better glove? Real professional, I mean. This is the best there is. Just like the big leaguers use.
Well, this love's played a lot of ball. You got some objections to it?
Well, if you can't do any better, it's a glove, I guess. No, sirree, you can't say it isn't a glove.
Get lost, will you?
What do you raise these rats for, anyway?
They're hamsters, and you know it.
Well, they look like rats to me. For your information, they'll be used for medical research. Medi-who? Oh, you wouldn't understand. You mean they operate on them? They test new drugs and vaccines on them. It's very important. Oh. Here, rats. Come here, rats. Don't do that. It'll make them nervous. A nervous rat? And you make me nervous, too. Woo! A nervous rat? 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Rats! Rats! Rats!
Keep it up, Goof. Maybe you'll use up all your stupidity before the game.
Are you kidding? I got a stockpile.
Well, that's Goof.
Let's get ready for the game.
Yeah.
Time out, Unc.
Time?
Hey, Alan, come over here a minute. Lefty Johnson's up again, and he's really hitting them. They're all going to right field, and Goof hasn't caught one of them. No matter where I throw him, Lefty pokes him out into right field.
Alan, keep throwing him to the outside. Ted, move back about 10 feet toward right field. Help Henry out, huh?
I'd like to help him. Right out of the park. If Goof drops one now, we've lost the ball game.
Don't worry about Johnson. He can hit a mosquito. You can give him a fly swatter for a bat. 3 strikes, real easy. We got him beat. Hey, Goof!
Move back. Way back. And if the ball comes to me, keep out of my way.
Look at him showing off. Strike him out, Alan.
I got it.
time, Alan. Good hit, Dad.
Thanks. It's such an easy ball. One little fly and 4 runs. 4! It's impossible to me.
One thing's for sure. If he ever plays on our team again, I'm not. I'm so mad I don't know what to do.
He heard me say that I had it. Trying to be the big fat hero.
Might as well have forfeited. Oh, that Goof. Stupid, smart Alex, show up Goof. Why do you suppose he acts like that? He must know what makes everybody hate him. He doesn't know anything.
Well, I know one thing. I'm through with him.
Hi, gang.
Hey, move over, Chubby. Well, the team played some fine ball today. I'm proud of you. Oh, come on, perk up. It's only a game.
We know that, Mr. Clayborn.
It, looks like everybody's here but Henry. Did he go home?
I don't know where he went, but I'm glad he did.
No, don't be too rough on Henry. He just got flustered.
He was born flustered. Say, Mr. Clayborn, would you excuse me? I'm supposed to meet my dad.
Why, sure thing, Alan.
And I have to get to non-piano lesson.
Uh-huh. Oh, say, Alan, pass the word around to the rest of the fellas to, just forget about that last play, okay?
Sure thing.
Won't do any good, Mr. Clayborn. Everybody's just fed up with Goof.
Well, he'll probably never say so, but, down inside, Henry feels worse about this than you do.
He doesn't have any feeling.
It's not that he can't play ball, Mr. Clayborn. It's the way he acts. Always punching somebody, making wise remarks, acting like the big shot.
Poor Henry. He just doesn't know what to do with himself. Kids, I know he's hard to get along with, but there aren't many people who are lucky enough to have a twin. And Henry has no friends, no interests.
And no sense.
So is it surprising that he tries to get attention, any kind of attention?
He tries to make us mad.
I think he would rather have you pick on him, even fight with him. Anything but ignore him.
But you just can't like somebody like that.
Well, I'm not asking you to like him. For a start, it's enough to just think about him.
We've tried to put up with Henry, Mr. Clayborn. Honest. We've tried every way we know how.
Well, maybe you've tried to tolerate him, but have you ever really looked at him? Have you ever really tried to talk with him? I don't mean make fun of him or tease him, but just talk with him. Have you?
Well,
But you don't know Goof.
But the point is, whatever Henry does, however he behaves, he's not just an animal, a hamster or something. He's human, just like the rest of us.
Mr. Clayborn just doesn't understand. It's impossible to get along with Goof.
Get along with him? All I want to do with him is put him into outer space. Permanent orbit.
Goof is fooling around with the hamsters. Mr. Brown's cage. Mr. Brown is gone.
You let him out on purpose, didn't you?
Mr. Brown can't stay out all by himself. Something will happen to him, and it'll be all your fault. I didn't let him out. Honest. I just brought him a piece of lettuce.
Oh, yeah. Well, how'd the door get open by itself?
It was like that when I came. Mr. Brown, come here, Mr. Brown. Come on, come on, come on, Mr. Brown. Come here, Mr. Brown. Here, Mr. Brown. It's me, Henry.
Go on home, Goof. You'll scare him away.
I won't scare him away. He'll know I'm his friend.
Oh, yeah, you're just great. You are.
Be quiet. He's coming to me. Here, Mr. Brown. It's me, Henry. I brought something for you. Oh, thank goodness he's all right. Let me hold him for a while. He's nice. I told you he'd come to me. Hey, he likes me. came to me. You must have forgotten to lock the door this morning. Well, I don't really remember fastening it. If he were mine, I sure wouldn't forget. Hey, do you think you could teach me how to raise hamsters? Would you show me? Would you? They take an awful lot of time, Goof. And brains. But he liked me. Didn't you see it? Well, he wasn't scared at all. No kidding. Where could I get a hamster?
Well, Dad got ours in Hill City.
If I saved up enough money, do you think he'd buy me a pair?
I don't know. He doesn't go there very often.
Well, I could raise them to sell to laboratories like you do. If they discovered a vaccine with one of my hamsters, do you think they'd name it after me?
If they discovered a vaccine against goofiness, believe me, they'd be glad to name it after you.
A vaccine against goofiness? Boy, that's a good one. Hey, just call me Doc. Dr. Goof. Is there a doctor in the house? Coming, nurse. Hold for Dr. Goof. Coming, nurse. Hold for Dr. Goof. Still showing off. But for a minute there, he was almost human.
He thought Mr. Brown liked him. Oh, Mr. Brown liked that lettuce.
You know, he's sort of pitiful in a way. Funny he'd do a thing like that. Bring Mr. Brown the lettuce, I mean.
Yeah.
Ted, do you think we could teach him to raise hamsters?
Wouldn't be easy. And why should we?
I just have a feeling we ought to try. Maybe we could give him two for babies as a start.
What are you doing? Going a little soft in the head?
Maybe. But I was just thinking about what Mr. Clayborn said. That we hadn't really honestly tried. Who knows? Maybe we will discover a vaccine against goofiness. Hey, Ted! Ted? You know, it's too bad we lost that game. I'd have had that ball if you hadn't gotten in my way.
You know, Henry might have caught that ball.